I'd like to spend a day with Grealish. Just to see what he gets up to. Give me a day with Grealish. By the end of it, I'd be on £100 a month as a spiritual advisor.
Oh.
Welcome to Remind You Why You Love Football. Seb's had an aneurysm. Tommy's seething.
Yeah.
Seething.
For so many reasons.
Because I've said... seething because I said, I think Birdo would batter him.
Batter? He said he'd take me to the cleaners.
Take me to the cleaners, I think.
Listener, dear listener, yeah. I disagree. I love you, by the way.
Maybe we should just make him fight, Seb.
So have we seen James... Have you seen him in a fight?
No, but he's just quite wiry and quite strong.
And what do you think of me? Weak?
He's so funny.
I'm not saying this to wind you up.
I love you, Owen.
Oh,
so wrong.
I'm not saying this
so
to
wrong.
wind you up. It's so wrong.
What a brilliant beginning to this episode.
You're such a...
So wrong.
Oh, dear. There's only one way to find out.
Oh.
Remember that? Harry Hill. What a shame.
Fight!
What a great
What a
programme
shame.
that was. No, what a great programme that was.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a review from the United States of America. 5 stars.
USA. D. Trump. Great
It's a
impression,
terrific
Tommy.
little podcast.
Great.
They have the best rallies.
Great impression.
This show not only reminds you why you love football, but reminds you what football really is. An escape from all your problems. Oh, don't go down that route. Look what's happened to Seb. When you turn this podcast on, those 45 minutes transports you to a place where there is no work emails and especially no bosses. It's only you and the lads talking about the likes of Rivaldo, Zizou, Ochoa, and all the way to Louis van Gaal at Christmas dinner. Maybe even a rant about normal people playing the piano in the train station too. I cannot recommend this show enough. It is simply sublime.
I love that because it's got the specific references as well.
Yeah.
That's a proper listener.
A proper listener.
Not just someone saying they are. Not someone who's listened to like 6 episodes in our glory years.
I mean, no.
We're in our glory years.
The award win time.
The Van Gaal at
The Christmas episode.
We're in the glory years now.
Yeah, I agree. Better than ever, to be honest.
Well, you didn't agree.
It's
You just said those are the glory
It's a turn
years.
of phrase.
If he doesn't-
Come on, Owen. Don't do
He's
this.
fucking, don't rest on your laurels, son.
Yeah. He's rattled.
You know I don't.
He's still rattled.
You're underestimating me.
Look at you.
Underestimating every facet of me.
Absolutely.
Hard-working.
Absolutely.
Oh, no one never says that you're not hardworking,
no.
Tommy.
Punctual?
No, I've never said that.
No, I would never claim that I'm punctual.
Punctual?
No, I know. I am for this.
Absolutely ticking.
He's such a twat.
I know.
And I reckon Asad would beat you at Greco-Roman. If you and Asad were to have a Greco-Roman wrestling match, Asad would flop you.
That's fucking bullshit.
He'd be really slippy, though, wouldn't he?
Tommy? Yeah, but I'd oil Asad up.
It wouldn't take, though, with the hair,
wouldn't
would
take.
it?
No, it would. Look,
It would get all stuck.
Yeah.
Have you never
Clumpy.
seen Turkish oil wrestling?
No.
I actually
don't.
haven't.
No.
Asad's a broad boy.
I know he's broad, yeah.
Yeah.
Shared a bed with him.
He'd beat you, mate.
He took up 3 quarters of it.
Greco-Roman wrestling, Asad would beat you. I mean,
No, because he's not got that.
yeah, but you're saying if we had a Royal Rumble.
You think
and that's
fighting
fine.
is
That's
just about
fine.
broadness?
No.
I think
No,
it's
no.
more about that.
Oh! It's more-
It is, though.
Like Roberto Duran.
Fucking Asad. Come on. Anyone but Asad.
Steve Butt's over there.
No, Asad's actually from Manchester.
Right.
I took that personally.
On the day this episode was
Doesn't
released,
sound like it.
in 1933, Machine Gun Kelly, not the one who was married to Megan Fox and Eminem had beef with, the actual Machine Gun Kelly, surrendered to the FBI. He shouted out, "Don't shoot, G-men," which from that day on became the nickname for FBI agents. Machine Gun Kelly is a good,
good, that,
nickname, and I didn't have a lot of time to do this intro, so joining me today are Tommy Gun Stewart.
Of course.
That was my name back in the day. Under 13's most improved player of the year.
You had to have a gun, though, because you weren't hard enough.
They did call me Tommy Gun. They did call me Tommy Gun.
Isn't that like your email?
Because I was really short.
Isn't that your email? Or
My
your
first
handle?
email address.
Or your handle?
TommyDat_gun@hotmail.com.
Yeah. See, I knew.
How did you know that? I've not used that email address in years.
We had we had the file done before
Yeah.
hiring you. Seb got in touch with his contacts in the intelligence services. He fagged for Jonesy at school. That's what they call it, isn't it?
Yeah. Fact, yeah.
When you have a prefect who
Yeah,
you have to clean their shoes and shit.
Yeah.
He fagged for Jonesy, who's now high up in MI5.
Jonesy. Not Jonesy. The Jonesy.
Seb Blunderbuss White.
Jones Bond.
Yeah, Tommy Gun Stewart, Seb Blunderbuss White. And
Yeah.
after chatting to Asad a bit before, I am Owen Gatling Gun Blackhurst. Bad, the Gatling guns, weren't they?
Most machine guns.
Yeah, but the Gatling gun specifically, was a big turning point.
Oh, huge turning point
it saw
in
off
the mechanism of war.
mechanism war. The Gatling gun, well, it just rapid fire. So,
Yeah.
Have you seen The Last Samurai?
No.
The film, haven't you?
No.
Yeah, it's
Seven
just-
Last Samurai, Tom Cruise, about the fucking English bloke.
Yeah, I remember it. Sorry, yeah. I was
It's
getting mixed up.
it's when war becomes almost a factory. Like you're leading up to the First World War. The Gatling machine gun is post Gatling gun. After Civil War, would have been used in the Civil War, wouldn't it? Maybe.
I don't fucking know. It says also here, there's been a note made by Tommy, and we're pouring one out for James Bird, who lives in Italy now. Where do you live?
I think I put that on. He's
Where-
copied across.
You fucking pouring one out.
Pouring one out for James Bird, who lives in Italy now. Where do you live?
Manchester.
Where do you live?
Richmond.
Cunts moved to Milan. Fucking pouring anything out for him. Maybe all his shit off the desk into a bin.
Put it in. This is why I may have put it in the script.
At what point did you go for when you were typing pouring one out? Yeah.
Well, I have heard Owen use that phrase before, so I was trying to get in.
I don't use that phrase.
I reckon you have. Maybe
I'm not sure it's in
in your.
the
You were getting ahead of
Okay, well maybe I've
the Blackhurst lexicon.
Well, exactly. That's it. Maybe I've gone into the future in my mind palace.
Are we going to? We'll have to go and see him at some point, I suppose, won't we?
Oh,
I'm going to go and see AC Milan. We've got a contact at AC Milan who has offered us unfettered access. So I'm going to go out and see James and go and see AC Milan. I want to go to Milanello, the training ground.
Oh my god! Fuck me.
Do you want to come?
Axis.
We could. You wanna
Oh,
come?
you're gonna let me down. But yes, I do.
So what? Why should you? State your case, bro.
Brilliant question. Well asked. I don't know because I can't. Well, because I love you too, and
That's not a reason.
And
It's a work.
yeah, it is. I'm starting there.
I mean, you want to pay for yourself just to come along?
No, I'd prefer work. I could think of a work angle if you give me a couple of minutes. We could do a podcast from there. I would love to go to San Siro. Never been. Based on the whole Transformers banter that you guys had on the episode I was away.
It genuinely would be fun. We could do.
it
We
would
could do a
be great.
podcast, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, bring the old Zoom.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Realest guys in the room. How you fucking doing? Let's go. No, I don't have to come with you. I'll just annoy you.
God. All I was looking for you to say was we could do some recording there, but you've talked yourself out of it.
Yeah.
I know.
I know why it is.
Go on.
Oh, go on.
Well, he's running scared of Birdo, isn't he?
Not on home soil.
No, I'm not taking him on over there. Not over there.
Fake Italian accent.
Yeah, not over there.
Tommy,
Fuck
there
that.
is away goals though, so when you go over, you might sneak something and bring it back.
I'll take him to Manchester. My 6 mates can watch. Do it at a village bookstore.
This week in pop culture, I'm surprised you've put this in there, but it's the 20th anniversary of Wife Swap, which started off as a good programme,
Why are you
Great
surprised? I thought that was.
but then very quickly became very much
Like
someone
all-
from a working class family swapped with someone from
Yeah.
a posh family.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
If you could swap wives for one day, Seb, you just get a footballer for the day.
a footballer for the day.
You get to do whatever you
know.
want with a
I think
I know who his is going to be. Is it John Stones?
no.
Because that's
not.
usually your stock answer.
It does have to be current or ex.
Just fucking.
Well, it would
say
be now. I'd love to spend the day with Roy Keane
Oh my! You make me sick.
because I think
You make me
honestly,
fucking sick.
honestly, I find him very entertaining at the moment, and whether that's contrived or whether that's a little bit he's realised what he's doing, whatever. I do love it when he talks about football. I genuinely do love it when he talks about football that he has been involved in. I think he's a great storyteller.
You've just had the wool pulled over your eyes, haven't you?
He is a red.
Here's
Arguably,
Seb the Red. Tommy, you?
Cliche for me, but Cantona. I'd have to say Cantona.
Yeah.
I reckon he'd be a fucking pain in the ass.
Do you? For a day. That's why I'm saying a day. If it's a week.
He'd have you back on the booze. Yeah. I thought you'd have said Bellerín after your interaction with him last week.
Who? Oh, yeah. My new best mate, Héctor.
Yeah, he did message me and say, cheers for writing that. I said, well, he doesn't know you. Doesn't know it's you. But no.
Oh, he DM'd me. Yeah, it was very nice.
That's pretty nice.
I'd like to spend a day with Grealish. Just to see what he gets up to.
Well, you'd be back on the...
No.
No,
I'd be like, I reckon, give me a day with Grealish. By the end of it, I'd be on £100 a month as his spiritual advisor.
Oh, yeah, you fucking would. You actually would.
Yeah. I can't, I mean, I can't argue that.
It's also National Coffee Day on the day this is released, but that's made up by a moron, so we're not going to fucking talk about that.
Yes.
We're an award-winning podcast, which is 4.9 on Apple, 5-star on Spotify, and we are reminding you why you love football, a part of the Acast Creator Network. Adventures in Clubland. Joe Hart, a man who has recently retired, a topsy-turvy, up-and-down roller coaster of a career.
Yeah.
Was the big man, the big dog on campus for a bit.
He really was.
Was the best goalkeeper in the best team in the league. Golden Gloves aplenty. England's number one. Panenkered by Pirlo and all that. I think the view of him has changed quite a lot over his career between when he started and now.
Yes.
And what people saw. He's moving into the punditry world, isn't he? So I think we'll be seeing quite a lot of him.
Doing very well.
I think he's very good, considering it's his first...
I think he's very good. He's very natural talker. He's obviously a smart guy.
Yes.
Yeah, very much, yeah.
Which is why he didn't properly hang around with you. When you were kids. He'd have been down the skate park, wouldn't he? With your skull wallet hanging out of your fucking jeans. We talked about this.
Yeah. My Slipknot hoodie.
Where are you off to? I'm off to meet the Skulls.
I couldn't skate.
Yeah.
I did not know what...
I couldn't skate, no. I went down to...
Can you remember? I said if I'd have seen him in town, I'd have kicked his head.
I do remember you saying that. I don't remember it was because he was a skater. Or not
some
a
really
skater
nice
by the
things
sounds
to
of
me
it.
over the years. Hey, you actually have, occasionally.
But by the time... I think we were talking about when I grew up, like people just sort of intermingled. But by this point, like Grebos and Townies was a thing in Shrewsbury, wasn't it?
Yeah,
separate.
Yeah.
Church and state.
But I was
oil and water.
I was a closeted football fan. I think in like year 7, like it really wasn't cool to say you're into football and cricket. Especially.
Yeah, it's a shame. And whereas,
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, because I was wearing like because the. Why
What
do
did you used to say when you were-
why do you wear anything when you're 11 or 12 or a teenager?
fitted.
Oh,
That and
100%.
girls.
Yeah.
Girls.
True, yeah.
So the girls were going for
Global
like,
Hypercolour t-shirt
They were-
when I was 11 years old.
You're
That
11?
showed them. That showed them.
that
A
showed
what?
them.
Huh?
And what
A
t-shirt?
Global Hypercolour t-shirt. That pulled them all in. Honestly, like moss to a flame. Do you want to see a t-shirt that makes me sweat loads and you can see it? Yeah. Even though I've got no hair on any part of my body. Then I'm the boy for you.
Just like a little boiled sweet.
Pathetic.
Like a little sherbet lemon.
But yes, Tommy, that's exactly why you wear clothes at that age. Yeah.
Like a little sherbet lemon. up there in Ipswich with his fucking tank pictures on the wall. All fucking sticky and fucking sour.
That's very good.
Anyway, Joe Hart
Sorry, yeah.
at Celtic.
Yes.
Let's just say I will lead into this by saying I'm very glad he got this end to his career.
God.
And because there was a point. I mean, fucking Torino.
Well,
There was just, all I saw was videos of him letting in goals.
yeah.
Did he play for Burnley for a bit?
Burnley. Spurs.
Spurs, but he seemed to have a good time at Spurs despite not being first choice.
Until Nuno came in and
Oh, yeah,
absolutely
Nuno.
destroyed him.
You're not my type of keeper, didn't he?
More than that, he said, I don't think you can play anymore. I think there comes a point in all of our careers. And Joe Hart thought about it for the day. And he said, look, you're the new manager. You've got to make decisions, but you don't have to tear me apart as a player and as a person because that you're a goalkeeper as well.
That's what I was going to say.
And he said, so I can't believe you're saying this to another goalkeeper. He basically said, your limbs have gone, like you're not fast enough, you don't react quick enough. I would not have you play 1 minute for one of my teams.
Oh, that's quite full on.
And Joe Hart said, I disagree. I disagree with you. I think I've still got a couple more years left in me. And Ange, he knew Celtic were interested at that point. Ange Postecoglou was the manager of Celtic at that period. And he managed to get Joe Hart playing what people would now, call Ange ball. And he goes to Celtic. Well, I mean, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of it, but he goes to Celtic, essentially wins 3 leagues.
I think the titles are less important with this.
For sure.
Because I see he won 7 trophies, but you'd probably have to ask why didn't he win 9?
For sure.
But
Good
Celtic
point.
was such a dominant, the dominant force when he was there, sort of. But in terms of the emotion of it and the joy he got out of it, and it's a beautiful rolling full stop to his career, which had been up and down. I think that's great. I think it's such a.
Well, he said, before I came, I don't think I was a signing that people were clambering for. He said, I think thoughts on me as a goalkeeper and a person were mixed. And he said, before I came, I wasn't quite sure where I fitted in the footballing world. I felt like it was going away from me, even though I felt like the same player in person. Nothing's promise. It's the top end of the game. I'm not the only goalkeeper on the planet, and I thought, this is my time. I've had all the fun I can have now. I don't want to push my luck. I want to finish strong as part of a special club. What he did at Celtic, basically, is at a point in his life, not just as a... And when he talks about it, he gets quite emotional, especially bringing his family up there, because he's like... The thing people forget about footballers, and we talk about this a lot on Adventure in Clubland, is that they're human beings. And he said, my family weren't sure about going there. We were pretty happy in London. But the fact they came up... And the main thing he says about Celtic is, I can't be happy as a player, and I can't play my best football unless I'm happy, unless I'm being treated well by the people around me, unless I'm enjoying my football, and then I'm going to enjoy my life more. I'm going to enjoy the people around me, and the people around me, my children, my wife, they're going to enjoy me more. And that's what Celtic gave him. It sounded like he was, I'm not going to say depressed, but it sounded like he was in a funk for many years. And from knowing people, like we joked before about, like, I wasn't personally friends with him. He played for the same club as me, Saha Colts. His mum was my nursery teacher. His dad was the referee at the club.
I suppose that when you're kids like that, it's quite ruthless, and the subs don't often mix.
He's older than me.
Don't often mix with the starting 11.
But he was one. Dickhead. He was one of them who was the goalkeeper because no one else wanted to be. But he was also the best outfield player. He was also, could have been a professional cricketer.
Well, that fucking bouncer he bowled Harry Kane at the Spurs change room nearly took his fucking wig off. Exceptional.
Yeah, he was a fast bowler.
It looks like a fast bowler.
Yeah, he does. He played with Moeen Ali for Worcestershire when they were kids. He was one of those. He was one of those, like I guess Phil Neville, Johnny Bairstow.
You grew up in a fucking county like Shropshire. You've got a lot of opportunity to play sport because there is nothing else to do.
Exactly. Yeah, and the word on what I was getting to about the connections here, the word I had from. So my dad managed a Saha football team for many years, as we've spoken about on this podcast, and he took them from childhood to
Goose Park Rangers.
Goose Park Rangers. Yeah. And that's Joe Hart's club. And then Joe Hart's best mate, Sidders,
Peter Siddle, the Australian fast bowler.
I don't actually know Sidders' first or second name. He's on Superbad. It's like,
what if his name was actually...
Who is he, Seal?
What if his name was actually Sid Durst?
Yeah.
Sid Durst. Fred's brother.
Yeah.
It could be. There's a Ben Durst, isn't there?
Ben
a journalist.
You can't say that, Seb.
No, there is. There's a Ben Durst.
Bender.
Oh, the BBC journalist?
Yes, there is. There is, isn't there?
But Sidders said the whole Pep thing at City, knocked him for 6.
As it would.
More than that.
But
killed him.
Well, everyone knows that about him. You got bombed. Everyone knows that the best manager has said to you so publicly and just bombed you out. Everyone knows that about Joe Hart.
He
played for England. Not that he was a young
75 times.
Shrewsbury and made his way into the game.
But why did it have to be that way? Why did it have to be, he doesn't fancy me? Why couldn't it just be, I'm going with a goalkeeper who's more suited to my style? Or at the time, the newspapers have just gone that route anyway?
Yeah, this is it.
Because it doesn't take a lot to, even if Pep says nothing. And I don't think he did come out and say anything, did he, to begin with?
No.
So I think people would have arrived at the reason eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But it must be horrible.
Yeah, it must be.
and a goalkeeper's a lonely position, as I spoke about in the last podcast. Like, when you make a mistake, it is highlighted, and I'm talking like at a level for children in Manchester. But no, seriously, it is. Like, you feel like a fucking dickhead. You feel like a dickhead for ages. And I've played I've only become a goalkeeper as an adult, but when I played as an outfield player as a kid, like, you don't feel like you're annoyed if your team lose. You're annoyed if you might make a mistake that 2 or 3 passes might lead to a goal. But if you're a goalkeeper, you are the last possible thing that can stop a goal going in. So whether it's a screamer or not, you always think with every single fucking goal, I do anyway, even if it's a screamer, I could have done better. I should have done better. And it's only because I think you had the opportunity to do so.
I think you should discuss that with your therapist. Because you can't save every goal, Tom.
No, I know.
No.
But
Can't save every drowning puppy, brother.
true.
Woof.
But yeah, so the whole thing at Celtic is that he...
I reported someone for animal abuse on Instagram the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Some bloke had his dog in a harness and instead of lifting weights, was using his dog to do reps with.
Oh, God.
What is wrong with people?
But like it was great and the dog
Horrible.
loved it.
For content.
For content, yeah. I just reported it straight away.
Good. The thing I said before, he was an English goalkeeper. He was an English footballer, wasn't he? And as you spoke about before, Owen, about that the Pirlo thing when he got Panenka, a lot. I would say his career maybe turned a little bit at that point. He still won league titles, but
yeah, I
the
think there was a
perception
bit of a
changed.
suspicion. He was young, England and Man City goalkeeper, and he carried it a bit too... He was a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
I think that was the general perception of him. And I was probably one I subscribed to as well. But
Oh, I did too. I hated him at the time.
But even though
yeah,
you...
but that's because he ignored you at the...
No, but...
he was the best keeper in the world for like a year or two, I would say. Up there.
Was he?
Up there. Yeah, I'd say he was up there.
Was he? Because Buffon was still quite active then.
True. But,
Anyway,
I read
he was a very good goalkeeper.
Conte
forget that.
was looking at him. Conte was looking at signing him.
No, but the fact that you didn't like him, even though you...
So I wanted him to play for the club I supported, not the club I hated.
I see, sorry.
Him being a Shrewsbury lad.
Yeah.
No, he was... Yeah,
He was
undoubtedly was a very good goalkeeper. And I've heard...
75 times for England, yeah.
But he was a big part of City winning.
Yes.
He was a big part.
That change of... Because it's easy to forget now, isn't it? That change of City from being a gang of Wallies...
Yeah. Robinho.
To being a team that actually won the league.
Well, you ask. This is only anecdotal, but if I ask a lot of my
Robinho and
mates, City mates
Not
from
right,
Manchester, a lot of them would have him over Edison just because of that. What it
brought
meant.
into it.
He was the first one since 1968 who won the title.
Yeah.
Who took them over the line. And I mean, from watching the interviews of him at Celtic, I guess the big thing I get from him is that he's like, if the dressing room takes to him, he's probably the best person you can have in a dressing room, which is what happened at Celtic. Like, the captain loved him, both managers loved him, and John Brendan Rodgers. And if you accept him as that and choose him as one of your leaders, then he's a good laugh. He's intelligent, like you said. And once he gets into something, as you will see on his last day at Celtic, his interviews on the side of the pitch with Chris Sutton, with the fans leading the chants, he is so fucking into it.
Yeah.
And he loves it. He will be like, and as a Celtic fan herself will say better than me, Natasha Meikle, who's a football presenter and a Celtic fan, she told me about how much he meant to Celtic fans and how much she thinks he will mean forever.
Joe's arrival at Celtic came at the perfect time for both parties. Joe needed a home and Celtic needed an experienced goalkeeper, but we got a lot more than that in Joe Hart. It's no secret that the club was going through a transition phase, and not only did Joe Hart bring ability and experience, he brought this leadership and stability that was so needed at the time. We all know that Scottish football is too often seen as a retirement home for some players, a last paycheck before they hang up the boots or gloves. But that wasn't the case for Joe Hart. He came in with this passion and determination that he's always had. It's very rare for players who weren't brought up supporting Celtic or brought up in Scotland to really get the club, but Joe Hart did that. And by doing so, by really buying into the club, its values, its history, and never failing to give 110%, Joe really secured his place as a fan favourite. And there was this incredible mutual respect between Joe and the fans, which I think we really saw in his final game. It is sad to see him retire, but it was the right time. I think Joe is someone who would have played forever if he could have, and we'd have loved that too, but the time was right, and even his conduct in retirement was exemplary, and I'm sure he'll have a wonderful punditry career, and we'll never fail to wish him all the very best in whatever he does.
So yeah, that's
genuinely lovely.
As a footballer who obviously has played at the highest level, international tournaments, won Premier Leagues, it must be amazing, because obviously when he thought he was on that, shall we say, downward spiral, or certainly edging towards the end of his career, to go and play like week in, week out. That's the thing about Celtic and Rangers, to go and play in front of like 60,000 people week in, week out must just be so fulfilling.
Let's watch this. He's got a megaphone here, Joe Hart.
oh my god.
I got to get me a megaphone. What a rush that must be.
I've got shivers just thinking about it.
He's pogoing in front of fucking... Pretty good. We've all gone very quiet here, just watching someone living out something we'd all love to do.
Yeah.
Which is pogoing with a megaphone in front of fucking a raucous
Look at him.
raucous Celtic fans. He's got his medal around his neck. Now he's doing it star jumps, no doubt taught him by Ian Stewart at Goose Park Rangers.
He was captain as well. He was
Hang
captain
on
a
a
few
minute.
times.
I know what's happened here.
Go on.
You wanted to be a goalkeeper,
Too
but
short.
Ian preferred Joe Hart.
No.
And you had to be little
Not
Tom,
just a City thing.
and you had to be little Tommy Sub.
It goes deeper. As usual, you were right.
But it's a great adventure, isn't it? Right at the end.
There's just two more
Superb
quotes
ending.
that I would like to read out. These aren't copy and paste ones. The ones from interviews I've watched that I picked out that I just think are lovely.
So that you copy and pasted them for an interview.
No,
but
I transcribed. But
I mean, it's the same thing.
yeah, anyway, that doesn't matter.
That's okay.
That's by the by. This is on, I remember this one because this is on just after that footage we've watched. This is when Chris Sutton is interviewing him about Celtic.
Sutters.
Yeah,
Seb's old mate Sutty.
good mates.
Yeah.
Why not?
He sounds like a yokel from a bit further up the land.
He said that
Further up the land. Go on.
this is on his final interview with Celtic TV, and they said, how would you sum up Celtic? How would you sell it to people? And he said, I'm very protective. I don't want to sell this place because I don't have to. I don't think I could do it justice. The smile on mine and my family's face will light up. All my friends and family that have come up here have had their heads blown off. You don't need to fight for people to understand who don't. It's a feeling. It's not words. It's not examples. It's just a feeling.
That's fantastic.
That's fucking
That's great.
brilliant.
Good on him. Fucking glad for him. I'm glad someone who lived their dream and lived a nightmare within that dream, not of their own making, got to finish in such a positive fashion. I really am. I love your adventures in Clubland, Tom. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back we are again.
Oh, yes.
The big match.
Yes.
The big match. Now,
It's a biggie.
I've been looking forward to doing this for so long.
Seb has been looking forward to this. He's,
I must have mentioned it. Oh, I'll do Bedknobs and Broomsticks. No, we won't do it that week.
What are we doing this week, Seb?
Oh, we're doing the football match in the Bedknobs and Broomsticks film.
Yes.
Which sounds a bit like Tommy's mid-20s, doesn't it?
What, Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
Red knobs and glow sticks.
Red knobs.
The B-side to Adventures in Clubland.
You don't see that many Bedknobs on
Oh,
beds
we've
these
got to
days,
do a
do you?
vinyl.
You don't see many red knobs.
Bedknobs on beds these days.
No, you don't actually.
No.
No, but it's all your flat pack shit,
That's
isn't
what
it?
I mean.
Yeah.
But that's it, you know.
I've got
Whatever happened to the humble Bedknob?
I've got a fucking fantastic bed, by the way.
Have you?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Make me look like a Tory. But it's
Oh, okay. What? Because you've spent some money on something that you use 50% of your day.
Live Tory, vote.
You're allowed.
I'm not like you, Seb. I don't sleep for 12 hours.
Well, okay, not 50.
Sebby's big sleeps.
35. Whatever.
Fucking hell.
You needs to be good. Never ever compromise on the shit bed.
What you got?
Is it Emma? Emma mattress?
No, but that's the mattress. What about the bed?
Oh well,
You didn't build it yourself, did you?
no heels or somewhere like that. I don't know.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Give it to us, big man.
Right, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. If you don't know what Bedknobs and Broomsticks is, now this was a film that dominated my youth. 1971, even though it was a film from 1971. So
Why did it dominate your youth?
dominated my youth, childhood, should I say, rather than youth. Why? Because it's set in 1940. Kids are rescued from London in the Blitz.
Yeah, they are.
And sent down to Dorset. And they encounter a series of magical japes and adventures and quests that all eventually, and then we have a bit of a football match, which we'll get onto in a minute, but then eventually end up in them rebuffing the Nazis who have invaded. Yeah. So there's a war element to it.
Who introduced you to it?
Oh, that's a good...
It's the Sound of Music for boys.
No, but you know...
That is what it is, isn't
It's
it?
Mary Poppins for boys.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously very similar characters and very
Well,
similar
it was meant to be out at the same time as Mary Poppins, but they pushed the release back.
Yes,
It was too similar.
This is it, you see? This is what I was getting.
Interesting.
I think it was just one of those films...
I'd say it's better, by the way.
For
me.
Interestingly as well.
I loved it as a kid as well.
Maybe it was the first and only time I've enjoyed a musical
Really?
and magic.
He hates
'Cause there's a shitload of...
We spoke
the whole
about
film is
Hotel
based
Mary,
around
yeah.
a spell, essentially.
Yeah.
The reason, the very reason the football match is happening is because they're trying to get the medallion off the king.
Did someone put you under a spell when you were a kid?
I wonder if they might have done, yeah, no.
Footballers Twaticus.
So...
Been under it ever since. Can't break it. It's getting stronger.
Yeah.
So it is, especially those people who are obviously a little bit younger and maybe don't live in England. It's it's a very British film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's
It's
fair.
very British, you know, whatever. But they end up, one reason or another, they end up on the island of Nabumbu, and there's a football match
done.
between the Dirty Yellows and the True Blues. And the referee, one of the main characters in the film, the Professor, Mr. Brown, he's the referee. And first thing you got to say is, it's on Disney. That's the best way to watch it, because let's just say it's very hard to track down a short version of the match on YouTube, because obviously given the
There's
right,
a multitude of versions,
especially nowadays
isn't
with
there?
AI and that, you can find what clips are, and
Yeah.
people tried to get round it. So there's many different versions on YouTube. One with a terrible guitar soundtrack.
Yes.
One that's in French. One that's been dubbed by someone else in horrendously, but also quite funny.
I went through all of them.
Yeah. But
And one of a witch getting railed by a cartoon lion.
And that's just in the film.
there's one where someone is literally filming it on their phone. But if people don't know this on YouTube, it's all to do with the metadata, isn't it, of the clips, and that's how they fleet. That's how they get rid of rights holders claim footage and get rid of it off there. So by moving it,
Bloody
the camera
love
around.
metadata.
Yeah, well, anyway.
All right, Steve Jobs.
Anyway, this game. So the lineup. It's there's a lot of animals involved in this. The Dirty Yellows consist of a rhino.
Who do you support, by the way?
Huh?
True Blues.
True Blues.
Political party, Chelsea.
Yeah. Have you got the shirt?
The RAF.
The RA, yeah. Okay, we'll start with the True Blues. Elephant, hippopotamus, ostrich, kangaroo, cheetah.
What?
I must say, I know when we had this in the magazine, we gave Crocodile Man of the match.
Yeah.
But having watched it again, the ostrich is basically Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
It's fucking exceptional. The techers on the ostrich.
However you watch it, and however you watch, yes, the techers on the ostrich.
Wait, who did you give?
The ostrich.
It's who? Rhino.
Crocodile.
The ostrich and the glee
rhino's
on
cheap.
the ostrich face as it's like tapping the ball back and forth. One of the most famous bits about this was, obviously, this is 1971, and it's animation / actual film, because the referee is obviously an actual actor, and it actually won an Oscar. It's won an Oscar for special effects, this bit. So, or the whole film did, because it was a mix of animation.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It
But
doesn't look shit,
The
does
ball
it?
that he brings out, I mean, this is 1971. This is a ball from a good 10, 15 years before. It's shiny brown leather.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks amazing. And it's an incredible... Yeah, well, we go back to the Dirty Yellows. They've got a rhino, gorilla, crocodile, hyena, and a warthog. And it is just a madcap.
The warthog
The
There's
game
some
is
really
incredible,
good
isn't it?
kick-up stunt on the left wing to be
Oh,
yeah.
Crocodile bouncing it on the tail and rolling it on the head.
yeah.
They're a real team of fucking mavericks, the Dirty Yellows.
They are.
They
yeah.
are.
The True Blues, I'd say, a little bit more...
Conventional.
Well, they are a bit more conventional, but then the cheetah runs so fast that he sets fire to the pitch. And it sets fire to the ref.
His boots, yeah.
Sets fire to the ref's boots.
Yeah.
And then the ostrich starts fucking doing fucking round the worlds and shit in the middle of the pitch.
There's a lot goes on in this match, and let's just say the referee's not doing too much, I would argue. With,
And the elephant in goal for the True Blues is wearing your undies, isn't he?
the blue and white. Basically, blue and white bloomers, aren't they? Let's be honest. They
Knickerbockers.
Yeah, they are. They are. And yeah, relying very heavily on his trunk. I mean, we know how
He does, doesn't he?
you know, elephants obviously do a lot with their trunk, but I would argue too much with their trunk.
Ooh.
Throwing the ball back and forth. But ultimately, the game is won by.
Well, the rhino sticks it on his horn for a bit.
I know,
Which seems unfair.
It
really
seems
does.
unfair. Yeah,
It's like when
yeah.
Boris Johnson rugby tackled in that charity game.
There are no rules in this game, and the ball gets.
Football's
deflated.
the winner, though, isn't it?
Oh,
Football is always the winner. Well, maybe not actually. That's the problem. But the ball goes into the goal because it is. And again, this means so much. This section and the film means a lot to me because essentially the king, who is the king of the island, Nabumba, he shouts or bawls, "Stop!
The lion.
Ball!" Did I say tiger?
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the lion goes, "Stop that ball!" And me and my brother used to say that to each other all the time. Because we used to watch this film But anyway, the force of him shouting blows what is left of the ball
he's a
into
presence,
the goal.
isn't he?
The lion.
He's a presence, yeah.
And Mourinho.
King Leonidas.
A Blackhurst.
A Blackhurst, Mourinho.
Yeah.
Leo. I'm a Leo.
Yeah?
All stacking up. Got a crown.
King Leonidas.
Yeah.
But of course,
Where is it?
this game is a whole ruse. Like Escape to Victory, it's a ruse for an escape. This game, the football is the ruse.
Football not the winner then.
Well, Mr. Brown eventually manages to get the medallion that means they can do all the magic, which eventually means they beat the Nazis on the shores of Dorset. So it's, yeah.
Mr. Brown went up to town on the A21. Oh, another. That's Army, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it was.
So, who do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think you are kidding, Mr. White?
God, if you think old England's done.
Great song. What a great theme tune.
Not just theme tune, graphics.
Graphics. But back to Bedknobs and
Sorry.
Broomsticks.
So essentially, the football match is a ruse, and eventually, the medallion that they get that to create the spell beats the Nazis. So there's a lot going on in this, and it all ends well, unless you're a Nazi.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah,
She's on it.
Yeah, Julia
What's her name?
Lansbury.
That's it, yeah.
Is it Julia Lansbury?
Angela
Angela-
Ripper.
sorry, yeah.
Angela Lansbury, yeah.
Angela Lansbury. Now, Murder, She Wrote. That used to be on a lot, didn't it?
Same.
Kids? A lot. A lot. She just seems a bit of a busybody. The kids in the Bedknobs and Broomsticks ones are right rascals. They're from the Blitz and they're from the East End. They've been moved out of London because of the Blitz, should I say? Not they are the Blitz.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, I think it's just
You
a
like the
very
kid?
nice film.
As a kid, did you like those kids? Did you think
Yeah,
I
of
would
course,
love to
yeah.
be?
Oh, I'd
them?
love that. Yeah. The whole film. Yeah.
Oh.
I'd watch that again. No.
Have you watched it with Ava?
No, I think
A kid's
Musical and magic. He doesn't want to get any fucking ideas, Tommy.
No.
True. But do kids?
No, I've tried
phones
to watch
and
Star Wars.
Can they watch old shit? Like
No, I've tried to watch Star Wars, and we even tried to watch an episode of Friends with her the other day, and she just said the quality was too bad.
Really?
Like, because
Out of my 5 nephews, only one of them
The
can
filming.
get into old stuff like Gremlins and 80s, 70s.
no, there's
stuff,
not really
Jaws.
anything like that old.
Most of them don't, though. Yeah.
No, early Harry Potters. She was like the effects,
Really?
and that wasn't that old.
No, it was 2002.
But yeah, they are not used to. They're so used to seeing everything perfect, almost, aren't you?
But that is perfect, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. The man won an Oscar.
well, yeah. For its time, 1971.
My missus will still watch a stream, like an illegal link of a film
Yeah.
on her phone.
Really?
And me and Zach are like, what are you fucking doing?
Nah.
She's like, well, I grew up watching stuff like this in India, so I don't care. And I'm like, yeah, but fuck off. I can't imagine.
But you don't have to now. That's the point.
But she will.
Yeah. There's films. This is the link. Some of the
I feel like people walking in front of the screen
Yeah.
and shit.
Well, this is what I wanted to come on to. 'Cause
Really?
one of the links looks like
Yes.
a hooky video that we
Yeah,
could
it
get,
does,
and
yeah.
I remember watching a version of think it was Home Alone 2. And yeah, people walking across the camera that, you know, back in the day, obviously it would have just been someone with a VHS.
Did someone sell it?
With a camcorder, should I say.
In like a local pub? Did someone sell them?
Mental.
We always used to get them in Spain.
Mental when you think
dodgy
about it, isn't it?
CDs and
Well,
videos.
on the second week of our honeymoon, we were in Bali and Skint. So basically, I won't go the full story, but we did the whole honeymoon on the flights and hotels on air miles and points, basically. So we went to nice places, but we were fucking brassic. I spent everything we had in Tokyo, so we went to Bali, and we were brassic. So people had bought us things when we were there. So we'd been for this couples massage, but when we arrived in Bali, we had to fly via Taiwan. Anyway, we arrived, had about 6 of these fucking Blue Lagoon cocktails each, and then fell asleep on the beach for 8 hours.
Like Michael Scott and Jan.
Yeah. But, like, my missus didn't get burnt, but even, like, she was overturned. I mean, she's Indian.
Yeah.
But I woke up. Fuck.
Oh, no.
It's the worst sunburn I've ever had.
Painful, isn't it?
Oh,
Bad
God,
sunburn.
it gives me the shivers just
Yeah,
thinking
prickly.
about
It was like I was wearing a red suit.
Yeah.
Like, there's a picture of me somewhere, stark bollock, with just, like, white marks around here and just red raw. And the next day we had
Coming
to
to the
go
Discord
for...
next week.
Next day, we had to go for a fucking... We didn't have to, but... Well, we did have to, because someone had booked and paid for it. Remember this couples massage, and the first thing they did was scrubbed us down.
Oh, God, it gives me the shivers. No.
I was fucking screaming, and they were laughing at me, the fucking
yeah.
masseuses were, and it just fucking...
Oh, I bet.
Did
walking
it do you
back-
good in the long run, though? It made the sunburn less...
Nah.
Did it almost like scrape the sunburn off? Not, you know...
I mean, I slept outside for 3 nights.
Oh, it's so...
I slept outside on the balcony under a mosquito net.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell.
It can
Who said romance was dead?
Yeah.
The point being, we didn't have a lot of money, but there was a DVD player in the thing, and being in Asia, I mean, that's the hotbed of hooky DVDs.
Yeah.
So we went and bought 15 of the latest films, and we went through fucking everything, and some didn't work or whatever. And then we got to Inglourious Basterds, and I was like, great. And so we put it on, and the scene, like the Hans Lander going into the farmhouse. I'd read that I think they published it in Vanity Fair or something. They published the script of it. So I'd read that and knew it was quite involved and stuff like that. So we watched it, and I said, I don't think this dialogue's quite right. It was like someone had just guessed.
Yeah.
And it was like Hans Lander would speak for a minute, and there'd just be one line saying, "How are you?" or something like that. And I was like, fucking hell.
I think they put the wrong subtitle file on, maybe. For
It definitely wasn't right, so I said, I can't fucking watch this. I can't watch this.
Imagine watching one of the
Can't
best
watch this.
ever war films.
The only one that worked was Twilight, and I didn't even really know what it was. And it was the first one that was a perfect copy, so I have a slight... I don't hate the first Twilight.
Same,
because we had to fucking watch. He was like, what else are you going to watch?
Yeah.
Anyway, then on the way back, we stopped in Singapore. We went to one of their amazing cinemas with a sofa and watched Inglourious Basterds, and all was well in the world, and it was a great experience.
Hooky,
I haven't been to the cinema together since, I don't think.
not dodgy VHSs, but dodgy DVDs. Obviously,
Yeah.
when that came along, wasn't it? How many times have you been in a pub? Certainly in London, straight away.
Oh, anywhere.
Yeah, anyway, yeah. But like...
Duty-free fags,
Yeah.
meat,
Yeah.
duty-free vodka.
Yeah.
Meat.
Would you...
Will I buy meat out of a pub? It depends the provenance. These days,
yeah.
I'd want to know a bit more about it. No. I just don't think I would.
Yeah, it's not like someone's going to be...
But maybe I have. I bought fish out
Have
of
you?
local
Yeah, I was
pub.
going to
No one's going to be
either
carting
of
it
you?
around for like days and days, are they? You'd like to think it's probably... Yeah.
I probably have bought meat in a pub. When I was working in the pub and living on my own, I probably did, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely bought fish out off the fish bloke.
I'd be less inclined.
But he was an official fish bloke, wasn't he? He wasn't like...
I mean, once
someone's-
he hadn't been to the Ministry of Fish.
No, but...
That's what you're asking. What do you mean
It
official?
wasn't
Because he had a
some
white
bloke
coat
who-
on.
It wasn't
Well,
some...
that's-
Great pun, by the way, as well.
Yeah, it wasn't some bloke.
Well, that's what it... Because it was. It was some bloke in a white... You can hire
but he
anything.
Yeah, but it
And a
wasn't some
fish-
bloke
Oh, you
who
should have
might...
seen his coat.
Who might
He was
sell you
serious.
some meat one day, but also bring in a pair of wellies. I mean, maybe it's in Somerset. I don't know, but it was a bloke who just had stuff. Not a. He wasn't. He wasn't
a
the fish
Del Boy
guy.
figure.
He wasn't the.
When I
meat
worked
guy.
in restaurants around the northwest, the fish bloke who delivered the fish,
Yeah.
Spike,
Yeah.
Spike.
hated fish.
the smell, man.
Detested it.
Did he?
Yeah, but
Never good fish shouldn't smell like that.
but you mentioned meat and pubs.
Yeah. Did you ever
One of
buy
the
it?
saddest things is the decline of the meat raffle. No, genuinely, it's true.
Well,
It's true. One of the saddest things of
There's the episode
less
opener.
pubs.
You've taken quite a bit of meat home from pubs, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Meat and fish.
Oh, Tommy.
Sorry.
But no, seriously, meat raffles. I don't. Do they still do meat raffles? Can you still do meat raffles? I imagine there's all sorts
do you mean?
of health and safety.
Oh, 'cause of woke.
applications. No, but that's what I mean.
Because of wokes. Because of Brexit.
As woke ruined the meat raffle.
Hang on a
Just
minute.
saying.
He wasn't you're a funny fucker. It's when we get into conversations like this
Yeah.
that the mask slips.
Yeah.
Like you do a really good job of masking for most of the time.
Ah, yeah. Speak to
mental.
my therapist.
Speak to me, Tom.
yeah.
Every day.
But when you get further into stuff like this, it's like
You know what?
Yeah.
everything in a place for everything. So if he's not an official fish man, I don't even know what that is. He's
Because it doesn't exist.
a bloke in a white coat with a basket.
You used to get people like that in the bookies a lot.
It's a proper trade.
Yeah, coming in selling crab sticks,
All sorts.
cockles, whelks, crab sticks.
Yeah. But now I'd like,
Did you get your life threatened in the bookies? Oh, actually,
No.
stupid question. Really?
no.
I was going to say how many times.
He's one of them, wasn't he?
No, one of them. Well,
Seb?
one of their own. One of their own.
You were at the Piccadilly one as well.
I know, yeah.
I was in Wally Range. Maybe that is a bit seedier.
Yeah.
Big Punt, he used to call himself.
Big punter. Big punt.
Ricky Ponting's name's Punter, nickname.
It was, yeah. Ricky
I
Pond.
was reading yesterday that Australians gamble more than any other nation in the world. I always knew but apparently their gambling laws are so lax.
Really?
Well, when we went to Brisbane,
They're trying to do something about it now because there's so many people. Yeah,
every time we went to the pub in
we play a
Brisbane,
pokey.
yes. Or
You'd have a quid, wouldn't you?
no. Well, we did. Or there was a game where literally a
Yeah, you toss a coin,
couple of dollars.
heads and top.
Couple
No,
of dollars,
not that one.
mate.
It was on its own screen in the pub.
Yeah.
That was just basically like it was like the lottery, but they were drawing it every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, or
To win what, like a tenner?
yeah, something like that. However many numbers you got. And so every time we went to the pub, even just like, oh, let's go and have a fucking sandwich and a pint, you'd be sucked in.
Working in a bookies opened my eyes to how, like, it sounds daft, but as someone who is a addict to themselves, me,
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
No, I'm glad gambling's never been.
No, so yeah.
Like I basically have a fiver or a tenner on a treble. Football treble every
Yeah.
weekend, and the most recent weekend I won, and most weekends I don't. But it's always a fiver every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of fun.
Because I don't know what had happened. Let's say I bet 50 quid on a treble that was 15 to 1 and won that. I think then you can.
Exactly.
That's
That's how it happened. You see it
I
happen.
understand. I understand. But this is a
Yeah.
bit miserable now.
Anyway, yeah.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Fucking great.
Right.
All right, I'm Charlie Cooper. You might recognise me from BBC Show This Country, but I'm here to tell you how much I love Mundial magazine. For me, it's the fanzine of football, documenting the best of football culture forever. I'm very proud to admit I've been a long-term subscriber of Mundial for years now. But if you subscribe, you don't just get the magazine, right? You get loads of other perks, too many to mention, in fact. So join Club Mundial at mundialmag.com.
Outs and ins and outs.
Yeah, baby.
So
Oh, yes.
for my in, I was going to put two things I've been watching on Apple TV, actually. One of which, Pachinko, is incredible. I'm about 4 episodes in.
I've heard very good things.
Big, sprawling Korean, Japanese, English, American series. Family, split timelines, everything. Very, 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 very good.
I'm ready for a new series like that.
It's really fucking good.
Okay.
It's not an easy watch.
Right.
So a lot goes on. There's a lot of emotional baggage and weight to it and stuff like that, but it's good and you want to watch more of it. But it's not, I don't think it's one you can watch 4 episodes in a night. Certainly I can't anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of subtitles going on, different dialogue in different subtitles, Japanese and Korean, and then suddenly you're in fucking New York or Tokyo and they're speaking it. But it's good. It's good. It's very good.
Great.
And there's some substance to it. It's not just good. Yeah, it's good. And also Loot, which is completely the other end of the spectrum, which is, what's her name out of Bridesmaids?
Paul Thomas Anderson's wife.
Maya Rudolph.
That's it. Yeah.
Maya
Great,
Rudolph.
good name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
She's ace.
well, that's why I've carried on watching it. And I got through a sticky first 2 episodes, and she is ace and very funny. And so yeah, it's a very easy watch late in the evening. Little 25-minute episodes, nice supporting cast, occasional laugh. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to. No, do you know what? Both them. But Seb's got a TV show. That's why I didn't want to. I was going to talk about this fucking Paul Tisdale clip that's been doing the rounds as a football fan.
Let's talk about this because it's good.
And it's on the Biz of Football or something. I don't know. But I sent it to Seb yesterday. Obviously, he'd already watched it. And did that thing of coming back in. Yeah, good, isn't it? All right, mate. You've seen it first.
No.
Instead of just having
Yes.
Instead of just having a conversation about it, going,
When people said,
I did.
got sent this before. Yeah.
yeah, I
great.
saw this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is not
Fucking hell,
true.
someone did that to me the other day. I want to fuck me.
It was probably me. Shut up. No, I said.
What's the first line of what you said? Okay, now you got a lot of DMs there, haven't you?
Yeah, God. What's really going on?
I said, here we go. This is fair, and I'm good, isn't it? I know. That was my first line, but the next sentence is, I know Yeovil struggled all the time to attract people. Anyway, tell us.
That's not the point, though.
It was just a video of how him, like Exeter did very well under his stewardship, and he got a lot of grief for some of his rig-outs, and rightly so, for a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, very, yeah.
Yeah, very Seb White.
Very Moss Bros.
Very
end
Moss
end of line. Very Moss Bros. End of line.
Yeah, but he was talking about how they scouted for Exeter, and it was either like, we'd find out if they had an auntie who lived in Taunton or if they'd ever been on holiday to the West Country, stuff like this, because we would only either get them first and they wanted to come to us, or last because they tried everyone else. So that's how we scouted.
Wow.
And it was just interesting of doing stuff at a lower league club. Exeter's fucking miles from anywhere, isn't it?
It's not. but
Fucking miles away.
My sister's fella's from there, so.
Yeah.
It's always interesting though, when you get to Exeter and it's like, oh, I've got another 2 hours to go to the place I'm going in South Cornwall.
This is the thing, when people go to Cornwall, they always, I think, unless you
I
go there a
remember-
lot, you forget.
I remember, seemingly in my memory, every game at the Gay Meadow was Shrewsbury versus Exeter.
Yeah, it
and I
sounds
just,
about right.
I just remember them singing 1, 2, 3, 4. We are Exeter. Doesn't even quite rhyme.
Amazing.
Exeter.
Seb, Inns.
I never heard that. Well, I know Owen put a couple of very good programs in there, which I'm definitely adding to my list. But I, after years of thinking about it,
Imagine all the shit on his list before he gets to the things I say.
I've been looking at watching this for a long time. For whatever reason, I decided to just do it and get on with it. Actually, because it came on Netflix, even though it's been on
And the thing
Netflix.
is, the funny thing is, I've been meaning to watch this for a while. You think he's going to say some like
Yeah.
deep bit of foreign cinema or something?
No.
What is
Brassic. no, but I think that's the thing about it.
I've not watched
It's
it.
a lot of fun. It's daft, stupid.
Yeah.
No one dies. You know, no one.
I bet you people die in it.
No, someone. Yeah, actually, second episode they're paying for a funeral, but no one. No one meets a grizzly.
Side
end.
characters
Do you know who it's
die.
got in it?
Yeah.
Steve Evatt. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think it's like 6 series in it, but it's just come over to Netflix. Been a lot of talk about it before, but
Is it a bit shameless light or not?
yes, but I think that's okay
Yeah.
because I thought Shameless was really good
For
fun.
a bit.
Yeah, for a bit. Yeah.
for a bit.
Dragged on, didn't it?
Admittedly, I'm in there, but it's made me laugh a lot. Soundtrack's great.
Do you know
Great
what?
acting.
That'll do for me.
Yeah.
If it's made Seb laugh a lot,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the soundtrack's what we talking? Soundtrack wise?
Hard Fi,
The second
Vision.
episode starts with a really good Idols song, for example, and they're
Nice.
running up the hill. But there's some good characters in it, and there's some really likable characters in it.
Oh, I might give it a go. Okay, that's in. Tommy.
From the Oast House with Alan Partridge, his podcast series, fucking hilarious. And then I got
As ever,
from that.
he's swimming in the zeitgeist, Tommy, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
Up to date.
fuck off. But his audio book, Big Beacon. Have any of you listened to or read that?
Not yet.
Fuck me, it is unbelievable because there's a whole segment where he moves out to where is it that Keys and Gray are?
Qatar.
Yeah, Qatar. So he has this story where him and Richard Keys had a rivalry because they were both going for a corporate video earlier in their career.
That's good.
And then
good.
he comes back later on, and then when Partridge has left the BBC for the second time with This Time in, his universe,
Yeah.
and Richard Keys is saying, come over, mate, even though Alan fucked him over early in his career. Turns out it's all a ruse, and then Keys and Gray are like testing him to see if he can handle it out there.
Right.
it's like I was driving back recently from Shrewsbury and just like fucking crying with laughter on the motorway. The Keys and Gray bit is just because Richard Keys has to translate for Andy Gray.
It's fucking brilliant. Yeah.
Have you listened to it?
I've listened to before that. I Partridge is it.
Yes, the old from like
Which is
2013.
fucking brilliant.
Yeah, this is from like last year.
That's in. Did you see that Richard Keys tweet a couple of weeks ago?
Oh god, yeah.
The Jamie Redknapp one.
Yes.
The quote tweet.
Yes.
Oh no, this
The Redknapp one.
Yeah, bumped into Jamie Redknapp, but luckily I needed a number 2 instead.
Yeah.
Talking of despicable people or something.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
He's off his fucking head, isn't he? Richard Keys is off his fucking head.
Yeah.
Brassic in, Alan Partridge in. Out. Seb.
The end. Yeah, it's getting a bit chilly, isn't it? There's been times when I've had to actually put my cords on for the first time, and
Not the ones the arse went on.
No.
You had them repaired?
not yet. No, they're still in the Rebecca to fix pile.
That's where you sleep, isn't it? Gets his head down on that every night.
Very good.
Yeah. No, by the way,
I like that you said
don't just
repaired,
chuck
like they're a car.
I don't chuck
Well, that's
broken
repaired,
clothes.
isn't it?
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
I know.
chuck broken clothes and expect the wench to sew it back up again. By the way, just to clarify, I'm not that.
Whoa!
Rebecca used to be in fashion and is very handy with a.
Whoa, she's not. She's not
Did
in
you say she's not fashionable?
She's out of fashion.
No.
Oh my god!
Just to clarify, I'm not just going fix this. So I don't want people to get the wrong end of the stick. Anyway,
I know.
but yeah, I would love to wear shorts all year round.
Oh, not me.
Well, you can.
My dad does it though. He's
Oh,
an
yeah.
all year short.
Yeah, but you just get used to it. So I was reading something about the Scandies because apparently the Scandies are the best at everything. But you know, you read a bit more into their culture. It's not all. It's not all.
No,
it's not.
It's not all smorgasbords.
No.
And shagging and saunas.
They were yellow bellies.
But what were we talking about? Shorts all year round. Apparently,
World War II.
apparently in the winter or in the autumn, approaching the winter,
Yeah.
and in the winter they wear less clothes than you're meant to because you get used to it. And in the spring and summer, they wear more clothes than you should. Sounds a fucking lot of hard work, but
Yeah, but
Interesting.
that might be worth trying.
But Seb says it's getting cold. It's 21 today, and again takes you back to Seb Bados. 24 around his house all the time.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing shorts. Yeah.
I can only afford to put my heating on about twice a year.
Him, honestly,
Yeah.
fucking palm tree going in his living room.
I broke. You know those readers?
Didn't even
that tell
buy
you-
it, just naturally.
You know
Yeah.
those readers
Yeah.
that tell you how
Fucking
much.
Ava's put some mango trees up.
You know those readers that tell you how much you spend.
Yes.
I
yeah.
dropped it on the floor, and it's been like that since we've been as long as we've been in the house because I don't want to know. Fuck it.
Just taped over it.
Yeah.
Whack it up, Rebecca.
Yeah. Put it on.
Out. Winter out, I suppose, although I quite like it, but
No, I like wearing a big coat.
I prefer the clothes of winter. They look better, is what I would say. Maybe they're not as comfortable, but they look better.
That's the leg.
you got chicken legs, though, haven't you?
Yeah.
Have they?
You have Chicken Stewart. That's what they call him. Yeah. On the football. pitch.
Weirdly.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of my mates call me Chick Stew.
There you are. See.
That was all because I wore an egg poncho at Glastonbury.
No, I think it's because
Yeah.
Well, maybe, that's what they tell me. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's all coming together now.
a bit scrawny, yeah.
Scrawny. No.
by the way, if you didn't know the name of the next church party album, Close of Winter. By Tommy Stewart. Et al. That's what you said.
Tommy,
I got the chance to, which I don't get too often, to watch one of my nephews play football recently, which was great in Oswestry. Different breed there.
I played
But
cricket in Oswestry in a thunder and lightning storm once, and they just wouldn't stop because they wanted to try and beat us.
Yeah, I'm not
terrified.
surprised.
I was only
Twice the
I've
kids
never
on.
been,
There's
I've never
about
been so wet.
there's about 6 pitches. It's always raining there. To be fair, in my memory, there's 6
Oswestry.
pitches.
It's like fucking Mordor, isn't it?
Yeah. There's 6 pitches, and on every pitch, the kids are like twice the size as the opposition kids. It's crazy, and that's my memory of playing there as a kid. Anyway, that's not the point of the story. The out here is seeing coach, and I know you've talked about this with Ava and you with Zach, but seeing coaches, not just like parents, coaches and parents. The opposition team got a last minute winner, and so they won 7-6. And my nephew's team was 7-5 up. He's only 8 or something.
Great score.
But they running on the pitch like Mourinho, like running on the pitch, like through other little kids to celebrate that. Look, I get they're
The
excited.
parents were.
Yeah. It's mental. I felt so like
I'll be honest, Tommy. If it was 6-6 and Ava scored,
I went on the pitch.
My dad was just going, fucking idiot.
Yeah,
No,
that's bollocks. I went on the pitch with crutches when Zach scored his first ever goal.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's
I
your...
was the coach
Yeah.
as well, but I crutched onto the pitch, was
Yeah,
waving
yeah.
one of my crutches around like that
I
until
think
me
that's
calf.
okay. I think that's okay. It was more these slack George yokels who were... fuck.
Are they the problem rather than the celebration? This is what I'm getting.
Maybe. They weren't very nice people.
No.
They were saying a lot of shit.
No, there's a lot to be
throughout.
said for
You
people.
could overhear
the way
everything
parents
they-
act at football matches, but I actually think
I guess that what they did wasn't surprising by hearing the sort of shit they were chatting for the half an hour previous to that. But then I guess that rubbed salt in the wound. However, I've not got children. If I did, I might see it differently.
straight on. Top off.
On
You'd
their
be
way.
tops off, you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I haven't
Anyway.
gotten out. What's fucking annoyed me?
Asad?
People who are inadequate at their jobs.
Christ. Why is he looking at me when he's saying that?
I go regularly to this as part of my fucking, boring middle-aged reinvention, the emancipation of Owen Blackhurst,
Love it.
health before all the other fun stuff I used to do. But
The second album for Church Party.
yeah, so I regularly go to this woodland sauna near my house. It's about 10 minutes away. And it's fucking nice. Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking great.
It does sound great.
The lad's it's an independent thing. The lad who owns it is trying to fucking build a business around doing his other job and blah, 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 blah. And it's got a couple of fucking cold water things and it's got a wooden, like a caravan.
What's
sauna.
it called? Give him a shout out.
It's called the Hot Box Sauna.
Nice.
He's got a new lad working for him. Look, I'll say it. The lad's a bit of a space cadet, right? And I thought it when I met him a couple of weeks ago.
He's up for a different type of hot box.
Yes. No, a different type of hot box.
Yeah.
Sitting in a car with the windows closed.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Each to their own, by the
Each
way.
to their
Yeah,
own.
but don't do that before my fucking sauna. Anyway.
No.
Yeah.
So the booking is 3 till 4, right? So you pay for an hour. And he was nervous about something yesterday. And on reflection, I wished I asked him. But he come round at 1:45 and said, "You got 10 minutes left." And the woman, and one of the other, it was a community session, she said, "But it's 1:45. And he went, "Yeah, I need you out by 5:02. There's another group coming." And I thought, hang on a minute. So then I thought, I'm not having this. And he came and fucking knocked and said, "That's your 5-minute warning." And I said, "So 5 minutes till we get out?" He said, "No, I need you out now. There's another group coming at 4. I said, "Yeah, but there's no buffer zone. So we've booked it till 3. Yeah, but theirs starts at 4. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "But what normally happens is we'll exit. They can come and get changed. They go in, like the people here might use the cold plunges and stuff like that. That's normally happens to the community session. No, they're coming, they're a group." And I said, "Well, I'm not going out till 4. I said, I've been here about 50 times.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be.
I've been about 50 times. I'm a regular. And I've been asked to leave early because there's another group coming." And I said,
Why should you?
on principle, because he was obviously being weird about it. And what it was, there's a fucking yoga place nearby. And the woman from the yoga place had bought a group, which is great, fucking great. But there was no drama.
Yeah.
Like, there was no clash
course
of
not.
people.
No.
He was just being fucking weird about it.
Yeah.
And it ended, what should have been a nice, relaxing session,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah. With me thinking of all the different ways to kill him in the car on the way home. No, I wasn't. I did say to him afterwards, I said, just say beforehand.
Yeah.
Said, if you've got something like that important, just say beforehand,
old?
do you mind leaving 5 minutes early today?
Do you reckon he is?
Oh, he looks about 50.
Oh, God.
Really?
No, but, odd paper round.
Real. Love that. Love that expression.
So they're all out. This has been Reminding You Why You Love Football. Thanks to Spiritland for letting us be here and go over. We should say that before record today, we had a lovely chance meeting with Gabby Roslin and Sandy Toxvig, who had been recording before us.
That was a lovely interaction.
As lovely in the flesh as they both are on screen.
100%.
They were.
Well, I think Owen's got a new best friend. It was a lovely little moment.
Well,
No. If you don't follow Gabby Roslin on Instagram, you
No, I'm
should.
not taking the piss. It was great.
You are taking the piss a little bit.
No!
It's so easy to get him in it. Gabby Roslin.
Win.
Gabby Roslin has a very positive Instagram,
life-affirming.
a life-affirming Instagram page where it's just like you cannot you could be having a bad day and come across it and you'd be like, great, that's fucking great, that's made my day. Always sharing nice positive things and stuff like that. So I told her, I thought I would.
You did, yeah. And she said, "What's your name?"
Yeah, it's important to do that, I think.
She did say what's mine, and I said Owen, but then she didn't ask my surname, so I haven't got the follow out of it. And I didn't want the follow out of it.
No, you did it because you were...
I'm going on private again soon.
No, it's a genuine.
Are you?
Like feudal Japan, yeah, closing the doors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, we better go.
Yes.
Yep, sorry.
Thank you.
Reminding You Why You Love Football is a Mundial and Football co-production. Produced by Tommy Stewart and Seb White, hosted by me, Owen Blackhurst, and recorded on the run.